Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of the Weekly Spark. You can see I've got quite a pile here. Last week, I was experimenting with sanding over top of stencils, and I really liked this one the most. It was just a magazine page from an architectural magazine, but the high contrast of these warm browns and then this really detailed stencil was the best result, and I wanted to do a spread today with this and then this, using both the stencil as a stencil, but then also this page. So I thought, first let me gather some paper scraps from my scrap drawer, and then we'll just go for it. I don't really have a plan other than that. So yeah, that's exactly, you know everything I know at this point. Let's see where it takes us. Nothing specific, just a page from the thesaurus part of this old dictionary. So that'll be some fun text. Maybe there will be a found word or two, but that isn't part of my initial plan. I was looking through the dictionary part, and then I was like, you know what, just pick some text. So the initial pull was kind of some earthy tones, creamy tans, browns, a little bit of wine as a contrast. I grabbed some Titan Buff, and I think what I want to do is get this down with a little paint over top of it, and then maybe a little paint here before I put this in place. I'm kind of thinking that there'll be a split across the spread with this on one side and then some actual stenciling on the other. That might be too cut in half. Maybe there will be some long collage elements that spread, across the gutter. But you got to start somewhere. All right, integrating the text, some nice scrape marks from the gesso on the card.
tie those two together.
That's going to be too on its own, so that's going to have to go somewhere else as well. But right now things are a bit wet. I was about to say, oh, I'll pause here, and then I thought I would clean off that card, and I kind of like that, because now that's on both sides. I pulled this purely as a contrasting element, probably not going to use it. It's kind of busy, since there's all this busyness in the text, and then in the pattern. This kind of relates nicely color-wise. Gesso was wet. I had not intended to do that, but okay. But that might be nice as a connecting element at some point. Okay. I need to stop there and let things dry. Stay tuned. Okay. Back with things mostly dry. And first thing I want to do is get the stencil in here as another element. I'm going to start with a little vintage photo, some brown. Which I like because it's pretty sheer. Yeah, really subtle, but the text comes through. So I lined the stencil up with the sanded area. So I'm going to get a reverse, positive to negative. So that's kind of fun to continue one off the other. And so now I've got a little deep burgundy to play off that paper. And I'm going to put in just a tiny bit of brown too, so it's not so intense. So I really want to get the best of both in here. I'd pulled out a sponge and I was just going to use that. But considering I had to stir it, I might as well do. So where it went on really thick, I didn't even get the stencil, and I'm kind of okay with that. So that was just the stencil, the extra paint on the flip side. So this is going to need something on top of it because it got a little dark and heavy, but I like now that the stencil is both places. I was going to do this, but now that there's that color, that might not work or be necessary. So I feel like these areas were good. This is a little meh, and this is a little too dense. A totally different pattern feels right to me. It's breaking up the Monopoly. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done. I really like this right here. I love this second print that I got off the dirty stencil. I think that the sanded paper is wicked cool. I'm sorry that that went on too heavy, but I used a brush, so I was taking that risk. I like this scrap and the text in the background. So yeah, sanded paper. Who knew? I think I'm going to definitely try more of that in the future. But for right now, thank you for tuning in, and please feel free to do all the YouTube things, to click like and subscribe, and hopefully have you tune in next week for another episode of Weekly Spark. So for now, hopefully that inspires something, and have a good week.